So why would this guy let so many victims literally
Hi everybody.
walk away?
Yep. And now it's on to this place. Now let's see if we can do what we need to do.
Die, and that's just sort of a byproduct. But he likes the actual stabbing itself. It makes you
I
think
know that,
this
Lila.
person is
Just want to get these
enraged.
ingredients first,
He
okay?
is hunting them. He doesn't care whether or not they die or survive. He's just on a mission. He is out
The
to
sparkle
hurt and maim
wand. This
black
one is
men.
awesome too. I really
Once
like
they
some of the ones in
realized
this
that there
game.
was actually a pattern and a vehicle description and physical description of the assailant, things really started to steamroll a lot faster.
We had a big problem on our hands, and we had to do something about it. So essentially, a task force was formed.
I was assigned to be in charge of the task force investigating this serial stabbing case. We had, I believe,
All right.
26 investigators assigned to it, and started the investigation from there.
The task force made an announcement to the public that they believed someone was targeting men, stabbing them, and that the public needed to be aware that someone was out there hunting victims. Victims were able to provide what they remembered.
Oh, you gotta watch
And,
this
an
part. It
MSP
gets tougher and
forensic
tougher.
sketch artist was able to compile that sketch.
And got it. Woo!
The task force released this composite sketch
The sparkle
to the
wand.
local media. And that
I'll
our
never forget how
suspect
pretty this sparkle wand
was
is.
driving a dark-colored SUV.
The news dubbed him the serial stabber.
When police started vocalizing who the victims were and what they all had in common, being smaller black males, of course the community was wondering if this was racially motivated.
The city was just paralyzed by this guy. The city was just on lockdown.
Oh, this is Fairy Valley.
After the formation
There
of the
we
task
go.
force, there
Now
were no other
it's
stabbings. All of our
Fairyland.
stabbings suddenly stopped.
There we
We
go.
had gone from a stabbing every day for 7 or 8 days straight to absolutely no stabbings, which was a good thing. We didn't want any more stabbings, but we didn't know why there was a sudden change in what was happening.
There we go. Beautiful.
He knew we were on to him, and he's on the run. But he was still going around stabbing people.
Oh, I like that.
Was
Yeah,
yelling at the top
I'm
of my
combining
lungs,
all
"Oh my
four of the
God,
wands
Somebody
together.
help me, I'm bleeding."
Alright, let's see if we can help out those fairies. This is one of my favorite
running
minigames
away.
too. I love this minigame.
Potentially could
I used to
take
play this one all the
hostages.
time.
We could potentially hijack the plane.
Let's see if we can get something Eastery or something. It's a porcupine. It's a porcupine. It's cute.
How to Olay top expensive creams. I stay on top of our game with their recommended ingredients in every jar. Olay Regenerous with niacinamide
Let's see.
and hydration that leads to
Well,
100
porcupines are usually fun.
even $400 cream. For smooth skin, try Retinol 24. For visibly firm skin, get collagen peptide. For 2 times brighter
Let's
skin,
try
get
something a
new
little
vitamins.
lighter.
Can't top this skin. Shop now at Olay.com.
Let's turn this. Oh, much better.
Moderate to severe psoriasis or psoriatic
I like
arthritis
that. That's
are
much better.
rethinking the choices they make, like the splash they create, the way they exaggerate, the
No,
surprises they
space.
initiate. Otezla, it's a choice.
There we go.
Otezla is not an injection or a cream.
There we
It's a pill
go.
that treats differently. For psoriasis, 75% clearer skin is achievable with reduced redness, thickness, and scaliness of plaques. For psoriatic arthritis,
Too bad they don't have a black in here. I know they have a black in here somewhere.
and the Otezla prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your
There
doctor
we
about
go.
your
That's
medicines
better.
and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
kill sheep, kill wolves.
I'm not ready for what it did to my family.
Make no mistake. Let the world know we're here. On Monday morning, August 9th, we received a call from the Leesburg, Virginia Police Department.
A detective from Leesburg, Virginia, had seen national news coverage about our stabbings.
There we go. That's better.
They had had 3 stabbings within a 2-3 day period of time that were very similar to the stabbings that we were investigating in the city of Flint.
Starting on August 3rd, running until August 6th, we had 3 separate attacks where individuals were stabbed or attempted to be stabbed. On August 3rd, about 9:30 in the evening, a young male was jogging in the business area of Leesburg, Virginia.
I was running down Plaza Street, and I come across this car. It was dark green in color. I just ran past him, didn't pay the man coming out of the car any mind. Only when he walked upon me was when I actually realized that he had a knife in his hand. He stabbed his knife into my lower right side. I instantly turned, I see him sprinting away, and then I touched my back, and it was an actual gaping wound. My body immediately went into danger mode. I ran to the nearby gas station. I was yelling at the top of my lungs, like, oh my God, somebody help me, I'm bleeding. There's like a guy out there who's trying to kill me. Next thing I know, I grew very tired. I grew very weak. And then I think at the last minute,
there we
something
go.
told me,
It's like a little buttercup.
you need to live.
Wow. This painting came out great. I love it.
And that's when the paramedics came.
I must say, I'm really proud of this painting. Came out beautiful.
A few days later, at about 6:15 on the morning of August 5th, Leesburg police found that a 67-year-old male was stabbed by a subject.
One more one before
And
we
then
go.
in the evening of August 6th, a young male was attacked. A vehicle approached him. The operator inquired whether our victim would assist him with some
Now you gotta watch
mechanical
out, the ingredients in
help.
this
As our
one like to
victim was
hide
looking
a lot.
inside, in his peripheral vision, he saw the
Can get
suspect
pretty annoying.
starting to attack him.
I know it annoyed the heck out of me.
All of our victims survived. All 3 provided a very, very similar description of the
Where's
suspect.
that last one?
A very large, white-skinned male. And the vehicle
The
descriptions
rainbow
that we
one.
had were
This is another great
dark
one.
green vehicle with a lighter bottom.
I love this one too.
The 3 stabbings in Leesburg fit the MO and circumstances of our stabbings that had occurred in Flint.
The timing of these stabbings would indicate that he had left the city of Flint after August 2nd, the homicide of Arnold Minor, and then committed 3 stabbings in Leesburg, Virginia during the following week.
If it was one person, it helped to explain why all of our stabbings in Flint had suddenly stopped.
But then after the stabbing in Leesburg, Virginia on August 7th of 2010, the task force received a call from the chief of police from the Toledo, Ohio Police Department, who said they had had a stabbing near a church in their city, and it appeared to be connected.
If he's left Leesburg and now in Toledo, that is a direct route between Leesburg and Flint. It suggests he may be on his way back to Flint.
And a little rainbow.
The fact that this killer is
forest.
now on the move
I could definitely
in some
use
ways
something.
changes the profile. Many of these crimes, these stabbings up until this point, seemed a bit sloppy, not very well thought through, and at times random. But you now have an individual who, as soon as investigators start to sort of get on his tail, he leaves. And that's a very calculated, planned out move from someone who, up until this point, did not present in that way.
There's a good chance this is the same person. Why Virginia? And why Leesburg? Maybe this is a safe zone for him. This is an area that he knows, and if it is, then that's a clue for investigators.
Now he's on his way back to Flint, and the biggest question is why? Why are they coming back? There must be a specific reason for them to go back to an area where they're essentially being hunted.
Then we did have a big break in the case. On the morning of August 11th, a woman called in. Her father worked at the liquor store just north of the city of Flint.
There we go.
Her father had reported that
Much
a man
better.
he worked with had left town several days earlier to go
I'm gonna end it off here, everybody.
Virginia.
So I see you next
She
time
described that
for when we do the final
concept
mini game
sketch that we
and
had
go through the
circulated in
door
media
using all the
matched
wands
this
for the
description.
moonlight picnic. Till then, see you soon.